Welcome to Backbreaking News, episode 145. Today we're going to be talking about if I was president of the United States, what would I do? What bills would I try to pass? And what would I do as a whole? The first thing I would try to do in office is lower taxes in all states. And lower food costs in all states. I would try to make a national price for all of this. I feel like for basic necessities, it should be no more than $400. And for living, I feel like no house should be no more than $1,000. That might be really expensive, or that could be cheaper. But then the food prices, no food should be more than $2 unless it's meat and you go by the pound, which then it could be up to 20. But the national prices, this will be national prices going all-time low. The second thing I would do is allow The second thing I would do would be change the education system where, you know how you can't talk politics in school in like democratic countries? Yeah, with me, you can't talk about any politics. So that means anything political has to stay out of school. So no political issues should be talked about in school unless it's a debate club. Because then you should talk about that stuff. Okay? And then I'm going to try to make a national rule where you have to learn a language. You have to learn some sign language in kindergarten through 8th grade. That would be a national law because it could be useful. Because you never know when you're going to need that. You might never need it, but still it's an important skill to learn. The next thing I would do is put research into the army material. I would also try to put research in possibly making solar panel cars that are cheap for safer alternatives than gas. But for right now, we're going to drill, baby, drill, like Trump said. But that's only because supply and demand, as I've said in the past presidential videos. And not because I necessarily think that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm in the middle about the issue. And that honestly comes from me not being a Republican or a Democrat, but I don't align with either. So, the next thing I'm going to say is that next thing I'm going to do is kind of work. I'm going to kind of change. I'm going to be focusing on the future, the next generation. So I'm going to say cooking will be a required subject 8th through 12th grade. It will be a requirement as well as some financial classes will be added to schools from as young as you could teach them to now, so when they get older, they'll know more what to do with money. I'm going to try to change the education system for the better. And I'm going to make it universal that every board of education. I'm going to close down the board of ed, but hear me out on this one, and make one unified board of education, where two people from each state can run and decide what's going on, but they'll be in charge of the whole school system, not just one state. So all of them will get out at the same time, all of them will learn the same things. So it's not going to be different from state to state, county to county. You all get out at the same time. In addition to that, I purposely set here's the deal. Me as a man, as president, I have to think about how I'm going to get in. And I think focusing on kids and focusing on the future generation. And here's what I'm going to do for the ladies. No state can ban life-saving, like if you can't have a baby, and you have one, or you're gonna have one, or a rape victim, you cannot deny them of an abortion if they have doctor's note or evidence of from a rape kit. That would be a requirement. Otherwise, no. That would be a law. No one could get one as long as it's not those two things. Because there's a simple solution. If you don't want to have kids, don't have sex. But yeah. In addition to that, I'm going to try to make the Historical Statue Association, which would determine if statues could be taken down or not, depending on how much historical value they have. Not just that, they'll be in control of the statues of the government and national monuments. And I feel like this association would help determining whether a statue could be taken down or not. And that's all I'm going to say. Goodbye.